In this series, we'll build a voting app that allows users to post ideas on a site and vote on other ideas as well. So User Voice is an example of an app that provides this functionality. You can see an example here with a bunch of ideas listed here, the number of votes for them, and the ability to vote. There's other features as well, like different categories here on the right, and a bunch of filters here. So if you click into one of them, you can see that the users can also comment. So there is a discussion about this idea. So as you see on the screen now, here is the design of a Laracast version of this app. You can see the list of ideas here, the number of votes for them, the ability to vote, their current status here, a form to create a new idea here on the left, and a bunch of filters here, and even up here, and also a search bar here. You can also click into any of the ideas, which will give you the full description, as well as comments here, which you can reply to and participate in the discussion. There's also a built-in section for admins that allow them to set the status, and here are the different statuses. They can even provide a comment, which will appear here if they do comment, and also the ability to notify everyone who voted on this idea with this checkbox here. So at this point, the only thing I have working is the design, obviously. You can see in my browser here, and it is somewhat responsive. So if I just resize my browser here, you'll see that it does respond accordingly. And I also have the listing of ideas working. So that's dynamic. So all of these ideas are stored in the database. I have the create idea section working. So let's create a new one. So these categories are dynamic as well. Let's just add 3. This is an awesome idea. So let's go ahead and submit that. There we go. You can see the idea was added here, and it automatically voted for that idea because I created it, but we can unvote as well, and it will turn to 0. So let's keep that voted, and obviously you can vote for other ideas as well. We'll continue to build out the rest of the features as we progress through the series. So Jeffrey also mentioned that there might be potential to integrate this into Laracasts so you guys can actually make use of it in production. For example, the categories could be tutorial requests and feedback for the actual Laracast site. So since this might go into production, this resulted in this awesome design by Adrian, which not only looks great, but is also very reminiscent of the Laracast forum. We'll be making use of the tall stack to implement this. So that's Tailwind CSS for the CSS portion, Alpine for our JavaScript, Livewire, and Laravel. And for this voting section, I am using Livewire. And for these dialog menus, I am using Alpine. We'll also be sure to write tests, as like I said, this might go into production, so good test coverage is essential. I actually already have a good amount of tests written for this demo. So if I run PHP Artisan test, I believe there's somewhere around 40 tests. And you can see them passing here. So if you're interested in this series, join me as we go through the implementation process of building an app from scratch to an app that's ready for production.